Howdy, this is Board Game Bob coming to you from Texas, and I'm coming to you this time to tell you about a new game that I got. It's called Dollars to Donuts. I got it off of Kickstarter just a couple of weeks ago, or it was delivered a couple of weeks ago, and I wanted to show you how to play it. It is from Crafty Games. It is for 1 to 4 players. It's for ages 8 and up, and it says it takes 30 to 45 minutes to play. So why don't you check it out with me. So first of all, I want to go over the components. It's a 1 to 4 player game, so there's 4 player mats. The player mats are two-sided. They can either be blank or they can come with positions for the starting tile. They come with 4 starting tiles for each color that are identical, except the backs of them are the color matching the player mat. And then they also have small tiles that are 1 by 1, and they come in a few different types. They come in glazed donuts, so each player is going to start with 4 of these glazed donut starting tiles, and they're also going to start with 1 of the chocolate donut starting tiles. And then there's multiple others that are in the bag that I'll show you in just a little bit. The other part is these polyomino tiles that are going to be the main point of the game, is taking these tiles and putting them onto your board here. There's going to be there's a marketplace, so the freshest tiles, the new ones that come out, are going to cost $5 when they start out with, and then they're going to go down in price as they get older. And these small 1 by 1 tiles, these are double purposed. So one is they have donuts and you're going to be able to put them on your mat, and I'll show you how to do that. The other side is they're worth money, and this is how you're actually going to buy tiles. So you can choose how you want to use these 1 by 1 tiles, and I'll show you how you even get more of them throughout the game. The purpose is going to be you get the polyomino tiles, put them onto your mat so that you make donuts. When you make donuts, you're going to be getting donut tiles, which are victory points. This is a glazed donut that's worth 1. This is a chocolate donut that's worth 2. This is a sprinkles donut, a frosted sprinkles donut that's worth 3. And the hardest donut to make is the jelly donuts, and the jelly donuts are going to be worth 5 points. Then once you have donuts, the next point in the game is to satisfy customers. There's customer deck here. There's always going to be 4 cards available to satisfy, and they're from 3 different neighborhoods. So you have customers in the pink color from the Rose District, in the green color they're from Mount Timber, and in the purple district they're from Sunset Heights. So during the game, as you're laying the polyominoes onto your mat, you're going to be making donuts. That's going to allow you to have donut tiles that you're later going to be able to trade in to serve to a customer. And there's 3 different levels that will satisfy each customer. So if you give them just the donuts on the top line, they're going to give you the amount of victory points on the top line. If you give them the amount on the top 2 lines together, they'll give you the number of victory points shown on the second line. And if you give them all 3 lines worth of donuts all at one time, it's going to get you the victory points shown on the bottom line. You can never start out by giving a customer 1 line and then add donuts later. You will completely satisfy them as you go. So the purpose is to get the most points, which you're going to get by creating donuts, serving customers, and placing tiles. So if we go right into how we play, right? So to start the game, in this instance, I'm doing a 2-player game, and we're each going to set up the same 4 starting tiles in the same direction. And then the way you play it is actually pretty simple. You always are going to buy a tile from this board. You can get one for free, or you can pay extra dollars. And again, these tiles that I have next to me are the dollar tiles that I would use. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and just take this tile for free. I'm going to put it here, and this is going to do 2 things for me. I perfectly made a glazed donut, so that's going to get me a glazed donut. And then I imperfectly matched a sprinkle donut and a chocolate. When you imperfectly match, you get to draw donut tiles from the bag for the number of the biggest dollar sign in the 2 donuts. So in this case, I'm going to get to draw 3 tiles out of the bag. So I'm drawing 3 tiles, and I got, again, these always have dollars on the back, but I got 3 different types of tiles. I got strawberry donut holes, I got a half of a sprinkled donut, and I got a glazed donut. So every single turn, you're going to take a tile, you're going to place a tile. The only rules on placing it is it has to take at least 1 spot on the board. It can hang off the board. I'll show you that momentarily. It just has to take up at least 1 spot on the board and fit wherever it goes. I mean, it can't overlap any tiles. Then I'm going to, once I place it, I'm going to take any donuts that I've earned. I'm going to also have the opportunity to place one additional tile. Now the way these work is the donut hole tiles are going to just help you fill in spots where you may not otherwise be able to. So in this case, this might be a really smart spot for me to put one of these, but I'm not going to do it right now. I may decide I want to put a longer tile there. But these are going to score for each 2 matching glazed donuts are going to be worth 1 point at the end of the game. If I had 2 matching chocolate donut holes anywhere on the board, that would be worth 2 points at the end of the game. And if I had any matching strawberry donut holes, those are going to be worth 3 points at the end of the game. But in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down one of these because I want to get some more donuts happening. So I'm going to put down a matching one. That creates another perfect donut, so I get a strawberry donut here. And then the next thing I have the option to do is serve a customer. I'm going to skip that for this time. If I did serve a customer, I would refill it, and that's it. Now we would fill the specials board. So in this case, we're going to slide everything down. We're going to put a new one in, and it's now going to be the blue player's turn. In this case, I think the blue player is going to take this tile. Now this tile costs $1, so they're going to take one of their vanilla donut tiles, turn it upside down. They're paying $1, and they now have the option to put this on their board wherever they would like. And I think this person is going to put it like this. That is going to get them a chocolate donut, and they didn't make any other partial donuts, so they don't get to draw any tokens from the bag. They still have the opportunity to place a token, but in this case, they're going to hold off because they don't know which spots they need to fill yet, and they want to keep their cash, so they're going to slide these down. I'm just going to do one more turn here for each player, and then I'm going to show you how the rest of the game works. So in this case, I want to make a chocolate donut. So I'm going to take this tile. This is a legal placement, even though it's hanging off the board. If I did make any connections off the board, I would not score from those. But in this case, all I did was make one chocolate donut. So I have made a chocolate donut. I now have a chocolate, a glazed, and a strawberry. I also have the option to place another tile, which I'm going to go ahead and do. In this case, I have made another glazed donut, and I'm going to decide to serve a customer. So the customer that I can get the most points of right now, I'm going to serve Marcus. So I put my donuts there. What I've done, I've left the bottom one open because I didn't have an extra glazed donut. In the real game, you have to decide would I want to go ahead and serve him for the 6 points, or would I hope that my opponent didn't have that chance, and maybe next turn I would have been able to get him another glazed. And in this case, he's a purple card, so I'm going to just put him off to the side here. Then there would be a new card that would come out. We would move this down and replace the tile. Okay, I've gone ahead and played most of the game for both players, and we're coming down to it's the green player's turn. What's going to trigger the end of the game is when one player's board has been completely filled, or you run out of specials tiles. In a 2-player game, you're not going to run out of special tiles. There's plenty of them. I didn't put them all on the table. But in a 2-player game, you're going to end once one person has filled all of their tiles. So I need to finish this, put this one on here. I don't have any money left as the green player, so I'm going to take this tile. Nothing does me a whole lot of good, so I'm just going to go ahead and place it here. Now every single one of my green spaces is covered, so that's going to trigger the end of the game. So let's go ahead and look at how scoring works. Okay, we've finished the game, and I wanted to just show you how scoring works. They included a really nice score pad here, so you can quite easily go down. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to look at your victory points. These are going to come from the customers that you've served, as well as any leftover donuts. So in this case, we'll do the blue player first. The blue player gets 4 points for serving this customer at level 1, 5 points for serving this one at level 1, and 14 for serving this at level 3. No leftover donuts, so that gives them 23. The green player similarly served this customer at 7, this one at 6, and has a leftover strawberry donut, so that's 16. None of them had a set of a green, purple, and pink customers served, so they don't get any points there. That would have been worth 2 points if they had. Now we go into who served the most of each neighborhood. So the blue player served 2 from Mount Timber. This player only served 1, so the blue player gets the bonus points. With Sunset Heights, they were tied on number of customers served from Sunset Heights, but the first tiebreaker is then how many donuts they served to those customers. And so the blue player wins because they served 4 donuts as opposed to the green player only served 3. And then nobody served anybody from the Rose District, so no bonus points there. Then we also tally up the number of two glazed, 2 chocolate holes, and 2 strawberry holes. So I've gone ahead and done that for you, but this had 2 strawberry ones for 3 points and 2 glazed, so for 4. This person only had the 3 strawberry. Then the green player had 1 leftover donut tile, so that's worth 3 points for the frosted. And then the blue player had 5 spots on their board that they didn't fill in, so they lost 5 points. So that ends in a total score of 25 for blue, 23 for green. Blue gets the victory. So that's how you play. I'll just leave you with a few final thoughts on what I thought about this game. I liked it. It's a lightweight game. It's very easy. It's very easy to teach to people. It's got a great theme. Now the components that I'm playing with are upgraded. The standard set is just going to come with cardboard tokens. So the donuts that I'm using are cardboard tokens. The upgraded part are my acrylic tiles here. So the specials tiles as well as the 1x1 tiles. I like the sound in the bag of these tiles as opposed to the cardboard. So I upgraded that, but otherwise it's going to be fine. What I don't like it's hard to keep your board from getting all messed up. They slide around a little bit. It'd be great if they could have done, double layer boards, but that doesn't really work when you're able to hang things off. So I don't know that there's much they could have done about that. The cards are fine. They're, nice glossy cards. I have no issues with the cards whatsoever. Overall, I'm gonna give it a 7.5. I think it's a fun game. It's fun to play with the family. It's fun to teach to other people. And it's really easy to get to the table. It's 30 minutes, so you can play it at the start of a night or the end of a night. So if you have any questions, hit me up in the chat below. Otherwise, I'll see you on the flip. The flippity flip. The flippity flip.